Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Hold on, there we go. Like the videos, you guys come in. We're going to talk hot topics, trending topics, what's going on in the world. It looks like he signed for the government to be reopened. We're going to get to that video as soon as I do my disclaimer. So just give me a few seconds. We're going to just do some quick hot topics, trending topics. But thanks for being here, everyone. Like the video as you guys come in. I appreciate everyone for being here. Like the video as you guys come in. Thanks for being here. Just give me a second. So we may do some trending topics too. I actually was gonna just do trending, but just give me a second. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Come on in, like the video as you guys come in. Support the channel by subscribing and turning on your notification. So let me go ahead and do my disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome everyone. Press 3 if you're new where you're watching from. Press 3 if you're new where you're watching from. Press 5 if you've been here before where you're watching from. Like the video as you guys come in. Like the video as you guys come in. Try and stop it from being blurry. There it goes. It's kind of going in and out though. Things like video. Thanks for watching. Okay, so now I got all my disclaimers out the way. Let me pin that. It just takes me a few seconds, but thanks for being here, everyone. Okay, so let's get into what he's talking about here, and then we'll get into more stuff and more hot topics. So let's get to this video here.
So with all of that, I just want to tell you the country has never been in better shape. We went through this short-term disaster with the Democrats because they thought it would be good politically. And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it.
Are you prepared to negotiate with Democrats now?
Mr. President, on January thank you guys for going.
Mr. President, can you respond to these Epstein emails that were released today?
Wow, they're getting the press out of there.
So with all of that, I just want to tell you the country has never been in better shape. We went through this short-term disaster with the Democrats because they thought it would be good politically. And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone.
Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate
Mr. President,
it.
are you prepared to negotiate with Democrats now?
Mr. President, on January
Thank you very much.
thank you guys for going.
Mr. President, can you respond to these Epstein emails that were released today?
Well done, Mr. President. So with all of that, I just want to
So let's continue with the news.
From gangs, from prisons, from mental institute, American taxpayers, for hundreds of billions of dollars for illegal aliens and people that came into our country illegally, from gangs, from prisons, from mental institutions. They wanted to pay them $1.5 trillion, which would have really hurt our healthcare businesses and our recipients at levels never seen before. Today, we're sending a clear message that we will never give in to extortion, because that's what it was. They tried to extort, the Democrats tried to extort our country. In just a moment, I'll sign a bill exactly like we asked Democrats to send us all along, many days ago. This cost the country $1.5 trillion, this little excursion that they took us on. Republicans never wanted a shutdown and voted 15 times for a clean continuation of funding. There's never been a time when one or the other party ever didn't sign a continuation. It's just a continuation, not a big deal. It's a continuation, and we'll talk later.
Like the video, fair use, reaction clip. Let's continue with the news. Thanks for being here. Let's continue. What else did he talk about?
And we'll talk later. Yet the extremists in the other party insisted on creating the longest government shutdown in American history, and they did it purely for political reasons. I want to thank Speaker Mike Johnson, Senate Majority Leader John Thune, as well as House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Majority Whip Tom Emmer, and numerous other great Republican leaders and congressmen and senators who are here and frankly spent a long time in Washington getting this thing to go away. I also want to thank the broad coalition of Americans that stood with us in this fight to reopen government, including the Teamsters, the American Federation of Government Employees, the Fraternal Order of Police, AMVETS, the National Small Business Association, the American Farm Bureau, the American Trucking Association. These are all incredible patriots. The Airlines for America, the Allied Pilots Association, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, and many other unions and non-unions. Over the past 7 weeks, the Democrats' shutdown has inflicted massive harm. They caused 20,000 flights to be canceled or delayed. They departed so many times, so late. People were hurt so badly. Nobody's ever seen anything like this one. This was a no-brainer. This was an easy extension. But they didn't want to do it the easy way. They had to do it the hard way. They look very bad, the Democrats do. They deprived more than 1 million government workers from their paychecks and cut off food stamp benefits for millions and millions more Americans in need. They caused tens of thousands of federal contractors and...
But didn't they send Congress the bill to not fully give those SNAP benefits? Wasn't it him? Wait a minute.
Small businesses to go late. They departed so many times, so late. People were hurt so badly. Nobody's ever seen anything like this one. This was a no-brainer. This was an easy extension. But they didn't want to do it the easy way. They had to do it the hard way. They look very bad, the Democrats do. They deprived more than 1 million government workers from their paychecks and cut off food stamp benefits for millions and millions more Americans in need.
What?
They caused tens of thousands of federal contractors and small businesses to go and...
Wasn't he the one that said he may pay the federal workers or he may not? It just depends on which ones? What?
Paid, and the total effect of the damage their antics caused will take weeks and probably months to really calculate accurately, including the serious harm that they did to our economy and to people and to families. So I just want to tell the American people, you should not forget this. When we come up to midterms and other things, don't forget what they've done to our country. I also want to call for a termination to the filibuster so that this can never happen again. If we had the filibuster terminated, this would never happen again. And don't forget, we have another date coming up in the not too distant future. We can never let this happen again. And we should be able to pass really great legislation. So I say terminate the filibuster because, by the way, the Democrats will do it immediately if they ever assumed office, which hopefully they won't. Today we had the highest stock market price ever in all of the different markets. We set a record. It's the 48th time in the 9 months that I've been in office that we had this record set. So think of that, 48 times. We had a record set, but today is the highest of them all. We're going to break new grounds. Nobody behind me and right really alongside of me. And if we would have told them a year ago that we'd be having stock prices this high, none of them, in fact, I just asked them that question, none of them would have believed it. And that inures to jobs and, very importantly, to 401ks, which have also set a record today, a record high for the people that have 401ks. And also, I want to thank Walmart because they came up with a fantastic study. It was the cost of Thanksgiving coming up at the cost of Thanksgiving from a year ago under Sleepy Joe Biden. And we're 25% lower this year than we were a year ago. And it's a very inclusive report.
But they told him that there's less items and he doesn't want to cover that. They told him there was more items last year. There's less items this year.
So I want to thank Walmart. They've done it for many years, but we believe in that. We believe in that company. I want to also thank the 8 Senate Democrats who finally did the right thing in voting to end this craziness, this madness. But unfortunately, the vast majority of congressional Democrats were happy for millions of Americans to suffer. They really did suffer too. And the Democrats admitted, they said, well, no, we finally have a point. Even though people have to suffer, we finally have a point. And that didn't work out too well for them. But they really went out. They could appease the fringe benefits of their far left base. But that didn't work out because now their far left base is angrier than ever before. We actually elected a mayor of New York City who happens to be a communist. When was that going to happen? Remember, I said all the time during my campaign, we will never be a socialist country. And that's right. We turned out to have a communist in New York City. And if you look at his views, those are the views of a communist, not a socialist. So this is no way to run a country. I hope we can all agree that the government should never be shut down again, end the filibuster, terminate the filibuster. It'll never happen again. So with my signature.
Are you always pinning these boho interior styles?
Like the video, fair use, reaction, clip. Like the video as you guys come in. Thanks for being here. Let's continue fair use, reaction, clip.
So with my signature, the federal government will now resume normal operations, and my administration and our partners in Congress will continue our work to lower the cost of living, restore public safety, grow our economy, and make America affordable again for all Americans. Again, costs are way down. Energy is way down. Gasoline is at $2.50 a gallon versus $4.70 for the Democrats. And we think we're going to hit pretty close to $2 a gallon. That's like a really massive tax cut. It's the equivalent of that. And speaking of tax cuts, our great, big, beautiful bill is giving everybody in our economy, middle income workers, low income, everybody, the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. And it's no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and very importantly, no tax on overtime. You work overtime, there's no tax. That's among the things that add up to the biggest tax cut in history. And one other thing, you hear about rich people with deductions. Well, when you buy your car and you borrow money, you're allowed to now deduct the interest on that loan. So you can take that interest deduction, and what you can take is that interest payment and deduct it for income tax purposes. That's a tremendous tax cut right there. But it all includes fixing the healthcare system that Democrats broke with the disaster known as Obamacare. Obamacare was a disaster from day one. It's done nothing but go up. And if you remember President Barack Hussein Obama, when he came up with this crazy idea, he said everything's going to be great. Rates are going to go down. Payments are going to go down. Everything's going to go down. It went the exact opposite with the biggest increase of healthcare in any country. It's a disaster. And I'm calling today for insurance companies not to be paid, but for the money, this massive amount of money, to be paid directly to the people of our country so that they can buy their own health care, which will be far better and far less expensive than the disaster known as Obamacare. And I've had, I think, great support. I've even had Democrat support. So we want the money.
And don't Canada have free health care? Why can't we do that? Why is it such a mess? Let's continue. Let's see what happens end of January.
That would be going to the insurance company, which is hundreds of billions of dollars. Their stock prices have gone up by 1,000% in many cases, 1,000% over a short period of time, because our country stupidly pays so much money with this Obamacare scandal. I want the money to go directly to you, the people. And you go out and you'll buy your own health insurance, and you'll negotiate different plans, and you'll get much better insurance, and you will be an entrepreneur for yourself. So I'm always willing to work with anyone, including the other party. We'll work on something having to do with healthcare. We can do a lot better. We can do great. So much money is involved, and we're willing to pay so much money to the people. So we're going to pay a lot of money to the people. They're going to go out and buy their own healthcare, and we're going to forget this Obamacare madness. So with all of that, I just want to tell you the country has never been in better shape. We went through this short-term disaster with the Democrats because they thought it would be good politically. and it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if you have questions. I think we really have a really great situation. We have a country that we love, and we have a country that's in great shape. As you know, now it's over $18 trillion invested in our country by other people and countries. That's a record. There's never been a country that had so much, and that money's going into also building new auto plants, new AI plants, new everything. We've never had a time like this. Thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. President, are you prepared to negotiate with Democrats now?
Mr. President, on Jeffrey Epstein, thank you guys for coming.
He said, I don't know if y'all have questions, but then he stopped them from talking.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. President, are you prepared to negotiate with Democrats now?
Mr. President, on Jeffrey Epstein,
Thank you very much.
thank you guys for coming.
Mr. President, can you respond to these Epstein emails that were released today?
The ladies kicked everybody out. Y'all see how he said, if y'all have questions, but then he started talking again, and then the ladies kicked everybody out.
I just want to tell you the country has never been in better shape. We went through this short-term disaster with the Democrats because they thought it would be good politically. And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. President, are you prepared to negotiate with Democrats now?
Mr. President, on Jeffrey Epstein,
Thank you very much.
thank you guys for coming.
Mr. President, can you respond to these Epstein emails that were released today?
So with all of that, I just want to tell you the country has never been in better shape. We went through this short-term disaster with the Democrats because they thought it would be good politically. And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. President, are you prepared to negotiate with Democrats now?
Mr. President, on Jeffrey Epstein,
Thank you very much.
thank you guys for
Thank
coming.
you very
Mr. President,
much.
can you respond to these Epstein emails that were released today?
So then they're getting everybody out of there. But then when you listen to this one, he asked, do y'all have questions? But then he didn't answer any questions.
Again. Thank you.
Because he don't want to talk about Epstein.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if you have questions. I think we really have a really great situation. We have a country that we love, and we have a country that's in great shape. As you know, now it's over $18 trillion invested in our country by other people and countries. That's a record. There's never been a country that had so much, and that money's going into also building new auto plants, new AI plants, new everything. We've never had a time like this. Thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. President, are you prepared to negotiate with
But then he didn't want to answer any questions. It made it look like it. I didn't catch that at the beginning. Like the video, like the video.
Bill and get our country working again. Thank you. And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you.
All right, we're going to do some hot topics, trending topics.
This morning that we've lost 78,000 manufacturing jobs this year. How do you explain?
Well, one thing we have is the interest rates are too high. That was a matter of the Fed. But the other thing is so many different elements aren't included yet. And one of the things we've learned, and we learned that the hard way, watching over the last few months, are the corrections that people have been making. They'll say you're losing jobs, and then they say, by the way, we have a correction a month later of 100,000 jobs are missing. They actually had a correction once of 850,000 jobs. They've started building all of these factories and plants, including car factories. Car factories are coming back. We lost more than 50% of our car production over the years, and I think we're going to get all of it back. It's coming back in really rapidly. Really, we're building a lot of car plants. Indiana, places that you don't think of it so much, are taken, but also Detroit, lots of places it's coming in where I think we're going to get everything we've lost it over a period of 40 years, and I think we're going to get it all back in a very short period of time. And big ones, big plants, incredible plants that were never going to come back. Without the tariffs, they wouldn't have come back. And I think without the election on November 5th, they wouldn't come back either. The election was very important.
Mr. President, we learned this morning that we've lost 78,000 manufacturing jobs this year. How do you explain?
Well, one thing we have is the interest rates are too high. That was a matter of the Fed. But the other thing is so many different elements aren't included yet. And one of the things we've learned, and we learned that the hard way, watching over the last few months, are the corrections that people have been making. They'll say you're losing jobs, and then they say, by the way, we have a correction a month later of 100,000 jobs are.
So he making it seem like the job market is fine. Let's continue. Okay, so Kim is sharing Snoop Dogg's message. The Kardashians will utilize you if you go to their events. They'll utilize you. She actually talked about this man's message.
Snoop.
Question: is it okay if I smoke at the party? And I have a gift for Mom. I want to make sure she gets it. So just let me know if I'm okay to smoke at the party. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't drink too much. I like to smoke. So just let me know if it's cool.
What a sweet person to ask. Of course he can smoke.
Are you going to smoke?
No, I never smoke. Got a text from Snoop.
Question: is it okay if I smoke at the party?
So the Kardashians want to trend and go viral. So they'll utilize people to trend and go viral. Now, like I told y'all, go look up Snoop's message from about 10 years ago. He done switched up. Don't know why, but he did. He was talking about the women, the Kardashian women, doing so well. But where's Rob's big businesses? Where's Rob's? Why isn't Rob as big as the women? So all of a sudden, Snoop has bowed down. It is what it is. And now he's rubbing noses with them. But go check out the video. Look it up. Snoop Dogg talks about the Kardashian women versus how the men are doing and the men that dated them. So it is what it is. And he did a campaign. So some of these celebrities will stick together. It is what it is. But she's utilizing people from the show to trend. She just recently talked about not passing the bar. And allegedly she blamed Kanye last year last month, in regards to her health issues, she blamed Kanye, and then she blamed ChatGPT of not passing. Then she blamed the psychics. So Kim is something else. Is Kim okay? Is she literally okay? She'll utilize anything to trend and go viral. They have to trend allegedly every month, if not every week, if not every other week. They have to find something to talk about, something to do. Kim wants to be in the media every week. And it's almost like she's trying to teach North that same thing. It's concerning. We're just doing hot topics, trending topics. This is Chris.
Realized that her multi-million-dollar cosmetic procedures cost. Did you notice that Kris Jenner kept covering her arms with long sleeves at her birthday party?
Many people have talked about her arms. I don't know if I can play that music, so I'm a exit out of that. And then whenever Kim gets backlash, Khloe and Kylie have to step up. Jenner made Khloe feel safe, aiming the Tristan scandal. Tristan cheated on Khloe how many times, and she still decided to have a baby by that guy. They love problematic men. They love it. Kylie dated Tyga at what age? Kim dating Kanye. Kourtney dating Scott. They love the problematic men. They love it. They love the drama that they're going to bring. Who would have thought that things would happen with Kanye the way that it has? Look at the whole situation. Kanye concerning Tristan Thompson, the cheating, and Khloe still had children by him. Children are a blessing. And then Kylie dating Tyga at what age? Kylie dating Travis Scott. So concerning. They love men that can bring them conversations so they can still trend. This whole situation, let's take a step back. Tristan had a party, right? Oops, let me go back. Tristan had a party. If Khloe was dating Tristan, why didn't Tristan invite Khloe to that party? Why didn't any of the Kardashians go to Tristan's party where Jordan was at? So I'm wondering if this was a whole setup in regards to the Jordan situation. He was flirting with her, Jordan, just like he was flirting with the other women. Why are people kind of not paying attention to that? Tristan liked to flirt with women, period. Tristan likes to flirt with women. And then the Marley situation. Why isn't Khloe stepping up to make sure Tristan helps with Marley child? No, the Kardashians like all the attention on them. Most women be like, look, you had that child, you gonna be there for that child, you gonna help that child. That child didn't do anything. You need to be there. But with Khloe, oh no, she wants all the attention. Even though he's treated Khloe so badly, Khloe's still assisting and helping him. So the biggest thing is they wanted Jordan alleged. That's what the rumors are. Word on the curb is the streets are saying Kylie was too close to Jordan. They wanted her gone. If you had a party, if Khloe's dating Tristan, why wasn't Khloe at the party? Why wasn't Kylie at the party with Jordan? Come on, really pay attention to what they do. But here nor there, the Kardashians love to trend. Whenever Kim gets backlash, Khloe and Kylie have to step up. And Kourtney. And then look at the media, how they treat Kourtney. Oh, Kourtney's so annoying. Kourtney's the only Kardashian girl married. She loves her husband. She loves her children. But here nor there, these girls are expected to date, while Kris can be in a whole relationship for 8 to 10 years. But these girls are expected to date. Timothy is there to help clean up Kylie's image. Kylie's image in regards to Tyga, in regards to Travis Scott. Timothy is there to try and help clean up Kylie's image. At some point, they're going to try and start having Khloe try and date. Maybe, maybe not. It's been a few years. Then she was talking about she hasn't been spending quality time with a guy. That's what Khloe was saying last week. And then Kim is saying she's not dating. Yeah, because these Kardashians allegedly will utilize men to trend and go viral. Look at Pete Davis. Pete broke up with Kim how many years ago? And then Kim was still talking about Pete. Kim still loves talking about Kanye. But move on. They need to move on. Men are concerned connecting themselves to them because they'll continue to talk about them. So the girls also like to have children by one guy. Khloe wanted to have children by Tristan. She did. Kim has all her children by Kanye. And Kylie alleged has her child by Travis. And then Kendall, she's acting like she don't want to have kids, which is fine. But there's that. And then Kourtney had most of her kids by Scott. And now she's married to Travis. But look at how they treat Kourtney in the media. It's like, oh, okay, it's almost like Chloe and Kim works a lot, and they're trying to pull Courtney in to work a lot, and Courtney don't want to work. She want to be up under her man, and she want to take care of her kids. And the media, I saw a post the other day how people are trying to drag Courtney for not wanting to wear a bustier and high heels. No, she want to be next to her man. So if Kim was dating and married, Kim would want that marriage celebrated. But since Courtney's married, they're bringing drama to that. Look at how they treated her in regards to Courtney's getting married. Oh, she wanted to have it where I was having it. Oh, she wanted this. Kim brought drama to Courtney's wedding and her happiness, but Kim would never allow Courtney to treat her that way. So they're a whole mess. They're a whole mess. Sorry, but it is what it is. This whole situation with Trump and
House
Epstein.
Oversight Committee subpoenaed from the Epstein estate reams thousands
Let me start
of
it
pages
over.
worth released. These are records that the department, or rather the House Oversight Committee, subpoenaed from the Epstein estate reams, thousands of pages worth, released this morning by Democrats on that panel, several mentioning President Trump by name. This morning, the bombshell release of what House Democrats say are emails to and from deceased convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, several referring to President Donald Trump by name. In an April 2011 email released by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, lawmakers say Epstein wrote to his now convicted accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, 3 years after pleading guilty to sex crimes involving a minor, telling her, "I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Unnamed victims spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned." According to the released emails, Maxwell responds, "I have been thinking about that." But this summer, in a recorded interview with the Department of Justice, Maxwell told Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, the president's former lawyer, she never witnessed Trump act inappropriately.
I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
Shortly after that interview, Maxwell was moved to a minimum security prison camp, prompting criticism she received special treatment. Committee Democrats also releasing this January 2019 email, where Epstein corresponds with author Michael Wolff less than 6 months before the financier would be charged again, this time with sex trafficking of minors. Discussing President Trump's repeated claim he kicked Epstein out of his Palm Beach club, Epstein writing, "Trump said he asked me to resign, never a member ever. Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop." President Trump has denied any knowledge of Epstein's alleged crimes.
It's a hoax. It's started by Democrats.
After Epstein's arrest in 2019, Trump said he hadn't spoken with him in 15 years. And earlier this year, Trump claimed the reason he banned his one-time friend from Mar-a-Lago in the mid-2000s was because Epstein stole Trump's club staff, including young women.
He took people, and because he took people, I said, "Don't do it anymore. You know, they work for me." And he took, beyond that, he took some others. And once he did that, that was the end of him. I didn't like, when they steal people, I don't like it.
And no response yet from the White House on the release of these emails. Meantime, right up here on Capitol Hill, in just hours, Speaker Mike Johnson will swear in Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva. The Speaker has prevented her from 7 weeks now from taking her seat. She says one of her first orders of business will be signing that petition, providing the last signature it needs to force a vote on the House floor for the release of thousands of other pages of the Department of Justice's Epstein records. Once she does that, the clock starts ticking down to that vote, expected in the coming weeks, George. These are records that the department, or rather the House Oversight Committee.
So are y'all surprised that this information came out in regards to Trump? Are you guys surprised that they're basically stating that more emails are supposed to be released? Did y'all know that? Like the video, like the video. They're saying that there's supposed to be more emails are supposed to be released. Are y'all surprised? Like the video as y'all come in.
President Donald Trump by name in an April 2011 email released.
Like the video as y'all come in.
Correspondence between Epstein and his longtime co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, currently incarcerated on sex trafficking charges. MSNBC Justice and Intelligence reporter Ken Delanian, who has been digging through these emails. Ken, what have we learned?
Be kind in the comments. Like the video. Please like the video. Let's get the likes up. We should definitely be well over 200 likes. Get that person out of here. Goodbye. Don't be rude in my comments. I don't deal with disrespect. I don't deal with disrespect for myself and the people in my comments. Thanks for being here, everyone else.
So far.
Good morning, Jonathan. Well, look, the Epstein estate has released some 23,000 emails, and House Democrats have been poring over them, and they found some correspondence directly mentioning Donald Trump by name. They've released 3 of these emails, and they're quite interesting. The first one was between Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein back in 2011, where Epstein wrote that Donald Trump spent hours at my house with an unnamed victim of sex trafficking.
Alleged.
Redacted in the email. And Epstein referred to Trump as the dog that...
And we can't confirm or deny what transpired, but they're stating that they spent time. We don't know what happened. We can't confirm or deny if anything happened, but let's continue. Fair use to protect the page.
Hasn't barked. And then in a separate email years later with author Michael Wolff in 2019, Epstein said explicitly that Donald Trump, quote, knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. And then the Democrats cite another email with Wolff in 2015 where Epstein and Wolff are discussing if they can craft an answer for an upcoming Donald Trump interview. And Wolff sort of suggests that Epstein has leverage over Donald Trump, saying if he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the House, then that gives you valuable PR and political currency. Now, look, Jeffrey Epstein, it was a manipulative monster, and so you really can't take anything he says to the bank here. But this is important evidence that people trying to understand what Donald Trump's relationship was with Jeffrey Epstein, and what his role was, and where he was, and did he go to the House. This is important evidence that fills in some blanks on that picture. The Democrats believe there are more to come from these emails that have been released by the Epstein estate.
And we should note our friend Joyce Vance notes on Twitter just now, because she's also pouring through these emails, that one of them dates from 2011 when Epstein would have had really little incentive to lie, and it's well before Trump's political career, of course. So this is, Ken, the story that Donald Trump just wants to go away. And he's done a pretty good job, I guess, of telling MAGA influencers, hey, stop talking about this. He kind of quelled that rebellion that we saw over the summer. There's a real belief that Speaker Johnson sent the House home when he did, in part to not talk about Epstein and not swear in that Arizona Congresswoman-elect who is going to provide the decisive vote. So a couple of things here. I know you're still going through the emails, but this is, and we expect Johnson to do that swearing in later today. There's going to be more to come, right? And we should know Trump since challenged the credibility of Michael Wolff on other matters, but we'll see. He's getting these emails from Epstein too.
Good morning. Good morning.
What else should we expect? Not just potentially from these emails, but from what new material may still be coming.
Well, look, I mean, there's got to be more information that sheds light on Donald Trump's longtime relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Whether it's incriminating to Donald Trump remains to be seen, but it's got to be there in those emails and elsewhere in the files. And in fact, we know that Trump was told that his name was in the quote-unquote Epstein files, the unreleased information from the Justice Department. Again, we've always been told that there's nothing in that material incriminates others to the point where they should have been charged. That's what investigators have always said, long before this became an issue of controversy. But you're absolutely right. As a political matter, it's just so interesting because the MAGA world has long believed that there's a conspiracy to cover up what happened with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, now the people who have control of the material is the Trump administration. And so, but yet the MAGA folks have not turned their fire on Donald Trump personally. They've been very mad at Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, the FBI director, for what they consider, inaction and not releasing these files. And so far, the Justice Department's position is we're not releasing anything more. But this, as you said, this is a live political issue. The interesting question is going to be, do these emails or does other information cause anyone in the MAGA movement to start turning their attention to Donald Trump and asking him what he's hiding and whether more information should be released, Jonathan?
MSNBC Justice and Intelligence reporter Ken Delaney. And Ken, thank you as always. John Heilman.
So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. There's about 231 in the building. Please hit subscribe. If all the people hit subscribe, that would be an amazing day for me. 231 in the building. Please hit subscribe. We're trying to hit 50K by next month. So please hit subscribe and thank you. I'm trying to think of how many have subscribed today. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. Okay, you guys, I have some things I have to take care of. I might be back later on today if more news break. And if I do come back, I don't know. I'll decide. But I will do my shorts tonight. But definitely hit the subscribe button. Thanks for being here. Let me know how y'all feel about these leaked emails being sent out when Mrs. Maxwell had said she never saw anything, but then in the email she's saying, you know, XYZ. But then how do you also feel about her being relocated to a more cushy prison, and they're basically treating her really nice, really kind? Are you guys mad that she was relocated? And who signed that for her to be relocated? And of course, a lot of the alleged victims are really upset that she was relocated. So there's just a lot going on. When you really, really think about it, there's a lot going on. And then this is the other thing. He went to jail, she went to jail. Why was there more people that went to jail? Why wasn't there more people that went to jail? Do y'all ever ask yourself that question? Same with like the Diddy trial. It was Diddy that took, you know, the fall for everything, but he had people working for him. Is there something we're not understanding? How is it that it was just Epstein and her? How is it that other people didn't go to jail? There had to have been more videos, emails. There had to have been flight logs. There had to have been cameras, videotapes, voice recordings. So it makes you wonder how a lot of these celebrities and well-known rich people get away with stuff. It's very, very interesting. And the victims are speaking up as well. So why isn't the White House helping the victims? It's almost like they're shutting them down. They're not. It doesn't seem to us like they're supporting them, because whenever they're asked to support them, even though the one young lady, the alleged victims, had said, you know, we're not trying to say you've done anything, but why not help us as a country get the word out of who we felt alleged hurted or, you know, harm them? Why isn't the White House alleged helping them? Have you ever wondered that? So there's that. But I have hope. Thanks for being here, everyone. There's about 128 in the building. Please hit subscribe. If all 128 subscribe, that'll be an amazing day for me. We'll keep an eye on it. But sometimes in my page, I ask the different questions. Why aren't they helping the victims get the word out? Are you guys surprised about the emails? Thanks for being here. Have a great day, everyone. Be blessed. Goodbye.